Hey there, I wanted to try to do a quicker video. I just did another video and it's just way too long on my FAQs, so I'm going to try to do a quicker video. Um, Sorry, I'm in my bedroom on my laptop. Um, so I guess the first most common question I get asked is, how long will this take to work? How long can I get, this result? And different variations on that question. Here's the thing. Any reputable seller will tell you that we do not know. We can only tell you what other people have experienced, but, as far as you specifically, if you've never used the product before, we do not know how it is going to affect you. So as much as I would love to answer that question with a specific answer, I cannot, and no reputable seller will tell you you will get a result in X many days or something like that, because they don't know. They really don't know. And if somebody tells you that, you should be suspicious. Okay? To be honest. Also, I just need to sort of inject a little bit of realism here, or reality. I guess that's the word I want to use. Realism. Reality. That, sometimes people think that what we sell are these sort of magical potions that can make your hair kind of grow overnight. And I kind of blame a few of the people on YouTube for this type of misinformation. They make videos where you go put some mayonnaise and some other random crap from your kitchen cabinets in your head, then your hair will grow an inch overnight or things like that. No. Well, if it's not true, why would they say it? You guys' views, okay? They know in certain genres on YouTube, they know what people are going to click on. And what you click on brings them money, okay? If they get so many views, that means so many people are looking at the ads, and they get paid for how many people look at the video. So they're going to put a sensational title on there, such as grow 20 inches in 2 minutes or something like that, because they know people are going to click on it and that's what they want. But it doesn't really work, okay? There's nothing on the face of the earth that works that way. If it worked that way, everybody be using it, okay? And or if I had the product or somebody else invented that product, it would not be very cheap. It wouldn't be something you could just whip up in your kitchen. It would probably be, at least when it first came out, it would probably be prohibitively expensive, okay? And then, as time goes on, just like everything else, the price comes down or whatever like that. Okay, on to the next question. Which of your oils do I get? Which one is going to work the fastest? Okay, so that's kind of a two-part question. Let's attack the first one first. Which one do you get? Really, that depends on you. So when people ask me that, I kind of throw it back to them and say, well, okay, well, that depends. Do you have low porosity hair, high porosity hair, or do you even know your hair's porosity? And that's a very important thing to know. A lot of people do not know that. It's very important because if you don't know that, you could be using the wrong products for your hair and inadvertently causing more damage to your hair and more breakage and more dryness. If you have low porosity hair and you keep buying stuff with shea and castor oil because it's working for other people, but it's basically locking moisture out of your hair is just going to keep getting dry, brittle, and it's going to keep breaking. And you're not going to know why. And you're going to feel so that's very, very important, because I don't want to suggest something to you that's going to cause damage to your hair. But I won't know. If you don't know your hair's porosity, then I can't know. I can only know what you know and tell me, okay? Basically, and also your preferences. What you choose for you is going to depend on your preferences, how much money you want to spend, how often you plan to apply the oil, if you have an aversion to the smell of the oil. And that information can be found in the specs part of every listing, so make sure you read that. If you have any objections to the ingredients in the product, things of that nature. Like say if you're vegan or something like that, you won't want an oil that has milk in it. So to answer your question as to which one's right for you, you kind of have to go internally and think about all the things that I just mentioned. read the listing of some of the oils that you're interested in and see if it fits. I have one oil that's a bestseller for me. The customers that use it love it, but it is a stronger smelling oil. It's made with Jamaican black castor oil, which if you are familiar with that oil, it don't smell like roses, you guys. And I mean, it don't smell like doo-doo either. But it smells like castor oil. It's an ash kind of like. And it also has garlic and onion in it a little bit, which most people don't mind it. But if you're a person, there's some few people who just cannot stand the smell of garlic. If you're one of those people, don't use that product. It doesn't matter how well it worked for other people, you're not going to like it. And you're not going to use it enough probably to make a good difference in your hair. So that means you would go on to something else, okay? Which one will work the fastest? That's kind of the one that will work the best for you and probably fastest, again, is the one that you will use the most often. You have to be religious with it. You have to stay on it. You have to keep doing it, you know. Whatever, you know, the hair oiling routine, keeping your hair moisturized, keeping it taken care of. Pick the one that you're going to be consistent with. So if you can't deal with the smell, get something you can deal with the smell. And just the most important thing about it is being consistent, okay? And also being patient and giving it time, you guys. This ain't no YouTube video, no normal YouTube sensationalized video. It's not going to work overnight, okay? I'm going to tell you that right now. But nothing really does. If you're trying to lose weight, for example, you're not going to lose all your weight overnight unless you're trying to lose maybe like a pound or something and you're on a strict diet or something like that. But if you have 30 pounds to lose, it ain't going to happen overnight. If you're trying to grow, 30 inches of hair, it ain't going to happen overnight, okay? So, consistency, patience, and effort, okay? The next most common question is, will your products work for baldness? No. Well, it depends on what the baldness is caused by. If it's traditional male or female pattern baldness, or if it's a baldness caused by like alopecia, like autoimmune alopecia. I'm not talking about like traction alopecia where you get from braids or too tight things where your edges kind of pull out because of stress on that hair. Excuse me. Been drinking Diet Coke. I hate soda, but I'm talking about something that is controlled by other things in your body, and to which our products are not equipped to treat. Okay, they're not. For things like that, you would have to address the root cause. And our products are topical, which means they go on the skin, they don't go on the body, and for the hair and the scalp, and they don't have the function of being able to travel inside your body and then arrest whatever is causing that hair loss in those cases, like hormonal cases and autoimmune cases. Okay, so we're not selling any alopecia cure. And that brings me to another topic. We don't sell cures, and we do not claim that we can cure or that our products are medication. So that's very important to note. But just keep in mind also, even prescription medication, we don't make promises. That brings me to another point. People want guarantees. Can you guarantee that this will work for me? Or can you guarantee this will work for me in this amount of time? While there are many people who are helped by our oils, and you can see our feedback for proof of that, we cannot guarantee that it's going to work on every person that tries it, or that everybody is going to get the same result, or that we can't guarantee any specific result from it, because everybody's different. Every person is different. There's just literally no way. All we can say is the results that other people have had, but we can't go into the future and know what's going to happen with you, and we can't know what results that you're likely to have. I can't talk. I wish that I could, because when people ask me that, I know that they're looking for reassurance that I know for sure. But, you know, to be honest, no one can really tell you what result you can get from it. You know, I was just talking to a doctor a little while ago about a medication I wanted to try. And they were like, okay, we'll try it for a month. It should, you know, most people see starts to kick in around 2 weeks. Some people it takes them about 6 weeks. If you're taking it 6 weeks, we'll revisit it then. If, you know, some people don't get anything, you know, at about 6 weeks, we just, you know, if you're not getting anything, we just go ahead and tell you, you might want to think about getting off it so you don't waste your money. Well, with hair products, you know, if you are trying to grow out your hair, it's going to be a little bit of a longer process, but you need to stick with it. Consistency is key, and patience is key, because it's not going to happen overnight. Let's move to the next question. How long will it take to grow my hair waist to waist shoulder length? Sorry, this soda, oh my God. How long will it take to grow my hair to waist shoulder length by this summer? So yeah, I've had people write me in like April and kind of like with shoulder length hair and want their hair to waist length by summer. So you guys, our products can't do that, but there's no product on the face of the earth that I know of that can do that. And if there were, it would be so expensive, like prohibitively expensive. No one would be able to afford it. Well, very rich people would, but the rest of us, no. You know, our products are really designed to kind of help you work what you've got. It's not designed to change your DNA, okay? Or do some freakish stuff where, you know, you know, let's just say your normal growth rate is like a 1/2 inch a month. It's not going to, more than likely, you're not going to see like 5 inches a month or something like that, you know? I mean, that's like beyond what most people are capable of. You know, anything is possible, but it's just not very likely, okay? So it just helps to be realistic and keep that in mind. And it's important too, because it's like anything, you know, like say you're losing weight. If a person starts out with an unrealistic expectation of losing 5 pounds overnight, and it's not likely to happen, and it doesn't happen, and they get frustrated, they might quit and never kind of get to the result that they want, because they didn't stick in there. And another commonly asked question, people asking me about using it on their children. Most of my products I would not recommend use on their children, on any children, because, you know, herbs, even though they're not drugs, you guys, there's a common misconception that herbs are just as harmless as water, and they can't hurt you, and then you can just take as many as you want, and it doesn't affect anything. But that couldn't be further from the truth. I have one product that's for children, ages 3 months and up. Everything else that I have, I do not recommend for use on children. You don't want to be putting all this various and sundry stuff, even though it's natural, on your child's head, because there are no studies that I know of that show the long-term use of all of these herbs on their head and all of these essential oils. And essential oils and herbs can be quite strong, okay? I don't want anybody to get hurt. I don't want anybody to risk anything. It may be fine, but I'm not taking a chance. So don't use it unless the label specifically says it's for use on children. And don't use anything with essential oils in it on children under the age of 3 months. Capiche? So I think that's just about it. Well, I guess I want to address thickness, okay? So there's a common misconception with hair. When people say hair thickness, they could be talking about one of a few things. One of which they might be talking about the actual diameter of hair. So let's just imagine this is a cross-section of hair chopped off. Like some people's hair diameter would be like that. Some people's diameter would be like that. That's controlled by genetics, controlled by your DNA. You're not going to permanently change that by putting a topical product on. So if you have fine hair and you've always had it since birth, you're not going to put a topical product on and all of a sudden become like, you know, like your ponytail goes from this thick to like this big around, like a Bangladeshi girl, like a big thick braid. You know, it's not Your hair is not going to turn to hair bundle hair. So I'm sorry, but you know, that's unrealistic. But our products are designed to help you work what you've got. So to improve upon what you got, kind of like makeup helps to improve upon what God gave you. You know what I mean? It's not going to change my face. I have to make peace with that. Makeup's not going to change my face. It's just going to improve things a little bit, smooth it out here and there. But yeah, so thickness, and then you have some people who are talking about, like, say their hair was thicker and it got damaged, things like that. Yes, hair oils can help you kind of bring your hair back a little bit after damage of that sort and thinness from damage, okay? Unless there's permanent damage, scarring, things of that sort. If your hair has been, heat damaged or, from chemicals and things like that, you can just pamper it, treat it right, treat it very gently going forward. As it's growing out, trim off the damage. And I guess the best example I can think of is, like, how you've seen somebody who needs a trim really, really bad, and you can see their hair and it's got like these spots where it's like sparse and scraggly looking, and then they just take the scissors and go chop, 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 chop. And then instantly it looks so full and thick and healthy. But yeah, so that's the kind of thickness you can achieve, like, from using hair oils and things like that, topical products, stuff like that. But like herbal topicals, like what I sell. But you can't change your actual genetic hair thickness by an herbal topical product like the oils that we sell. And I don't really know of any that can. And there's also some people who get confused too, because you see commercials on TV for hair products that say, make your hair thicker, fuller. There are ingredients that they can put in shampoos and things to give your hair a thicker appearance. They basically seep into the hair shaft and plump the hair shaft up so your hair looks thicker. But that is a temporary fix. It will only last as long as the product is in the hair, and it will go away when you wash it out. It is not something that's permanent, and your hair will not grow out of your head. Your hair will not grow out of your head thicker from using the product. So I hope that clears up some things. If you have any questions, always, read our descriptions, our full descriptions. We have the ingredients there. We have warnings. We have directions. And we have specs that will tell you all about the product, what's in it. And if you have any questions after reading those, let me know. When you ask me questions about what would be right for you, please know a lot about your hair. Think about past products that you've used, that you've had good success with, and some that you haven't. Know your hair's porosity. There is a hair porosity test. You only have to Google and you can find how to do that. And water. And there's also professional tests that you can have done out there. You pay some money and they send your hair off to be analyzed, and they'll tell you exactly what your hair type is and make suggestions for products. Well, that is all. Thanks for watching.